Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to the King of Tides, Hero Club's weekly Twitch stream show. My name is George Primavera. I will be the Dungeon Master this evening. Welcome, everybody. For those of you who don't know who we are Hero Club. This is where we come to play casually on the weekly, but our main thing, if you check out our About section, you can see what I'm talking about. We take our D&D sessions recorded live around a table or a virtual table. Oh, I just swallowed a big piece of dust. Just trying to kill my ass. We take our D&D sessions live recorded around the table, we mix them down with sound effects and music, and then we load them up onto the internet in these nice little audio immersive anthologies. But here, just casual, we have a good time. We still like our sound effects and our music, but we don't have to do all that editing. For those of you who don't know what kind of setting we play in a setting of our own design called Emporia. If you've listened to Here There Be Monsters, which is one of our seasons that's available now if you check out our About section, the general things that you need to know to hop into this universe with us, if this is your first time joining us, everybody will be playing anthropomorphic animal characters, and that is what makes up our entire world. In terms of technology, we're like mid-18th century, middle of the 1700s, height of piracy. Magic has been made illegal and is punishable by death by the monarchy, and there is only one... You guys are a bunch of frickin' hams. There's only one church that is sanctioned throughout the land, the Church of Sol. They worship the sun as a body of celestial power and assist the crown in suppressing magical folks. Now we get to the fun part where we get to meet all of our wonderful PCs. First of all, let's say hello to Dylan McCullum.
Hey everyone, I'm Dylan McCullum. I play fan favorite Nisbet Bisbee. He is a Swarmkeeper Anteater Ranger with a little Warlock in there for fun, and it falls to me every single time to explain the best or worst part of our setting. I'm trying to delay it so that you don't have to hear it.
Do it.
You have to, it's inevitable.
Because people are animals. Bugs are because animals are people. Bugs are animals. So please gird your ears.
Because people are animals, bugs are also animals.
Bugs are animals. And you're gonna hear that. So once again, like I said last time, whenever you see me start talking, honestly, you're not missing much. Just go and mute that
Duck and cover.
Just because you're like, oh no, he's gonna say some shit. Because honestly, you never know when I'm gonna pull it out. You never know when I'm just gonna be like, and now my bugs do everything for me. And then George is like, I'm the worst person in the fucking world.
Next, let's say hi to Gabe Greenspan.
Getting longer and longer. Hi, I'm Gabe Greenspan. I play Zygo Coiltail. He is a chameleon warlock with some druid flavored in for fun. I'm kidding. He's very much a half druid, half warlock. And he is all about dem stars, baby.
Great. Hannah Fagerbucky.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I play Cano, a level 10 Canadian Goose Paladin. I am a level 10 Canadian Goose.
Great. Nailed it. Hey, look at that. Yeah, that's all you needed to do. Jackie Emerson.
Hello, I'm Jackie Emerson. I'm playing Joey Robbins, the 12-year-old coyote, arcane trickster, destruction cleric. Coming soon to a channel near you.
And finally, we say hi to Natasha Mercado.
Hey everyone.
Get up in there.
Hello,
wow.
and, I play Sasa Checo. She is a hyena barbarian level 10.
That was
And
nuts.
there you have it, team.
And there we have
That's
it,
it.
everybody.
That's us.
Okay, so we had a lot has happened. Let's get to let's go over everything for a second, gang, shall we? Okay.
Yeah.
So first thing to take a note of, our party was ambushed in the woods by cloaked figures wearing masks resembling golden monkey faces, and a captain of the Emporian Guard. They were very unsuccessful in locking down our party. They were easily dispatched. One of the cloaked figures was revealed to be one of our characters, Joey, played by Jackie Emerson, was Joey's mother. She was freed from a domination curse outside of breaking our fourth wall, just like 20 episodes too early. Just so much sooner than was intended. The dice landed insanely.
You mess with George, and that's the plan.
A reunion was had, tinged with
So
a bit of
funny.
sadness, and soon followed by the departure of Joey's mother, Mara, in search of her father, once presumed to be dead, but now is suspected of being one of the first mages ever used in the mage domination program. So she has departed to find out more information about that. And our party rejoined their crew aboard the Colony, a small ship that is magically bonded to Nesbit Bisbee, played by Dylan McCullum. So now, after getting back to the ship, finding Zygo in the crow's nest dealing with a very interesting decision to be made, or if there's no decision to be made at all, but his druid and warlock roots are both sort of coming for him, trying to win him and sway him to one side permanently. Meanwhile, Kano is grappling with her newfound godhood, unsure. She was given visions accompanied by Zygo's grandfather in a dream state, and upon seeing the red and silver flowers in her memories, it was pointed out that this was some sort of omen, meaning that she was, in some way, the mother, which is the goddess of healing, creation, and protection. This is not so cut and dry, but it does seem that Kano is truly some aspect of the mother made manifest. On the Colony, drifting along the waves, it's still dawn. Zygo, you've just come out of this state after having just seen the vision of a constellation butterfly lighting up in different points. Your exceptionally high insight check revealing that this was a proposition for a deal, offering you not only more power and a boon should you decide to devote yourself to your warlock path and rescind your druid levels, but also potentially to over-level you. Offer you more levels than even the rest of your party.
Right.
Your druid roots, as you were spurred on by your grandfather, apparently there is some boon awaiting you there too, but you were promised no such over-leveling, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And so, the next morning, as the sun gets all the way up in the sky, as I go contemplating this, everybody meets up on the deck to discuss what their next path is going to be. We had several options last time. A couple of people were thinking that we should go right on to Port Sao, the capital of Emporia, to the next segment of our journey, gathering together these experts needed to eventually find our way to the moon itself. Or taking a little detour off into Bovington and seeing if Sven should be dropped off or visit home, see what's waiting for him there, because there was some curiosity regarding that. And he seemed a bit wistful, looking at one of these newfound paintings of Bovington that are now in your possession. So without any more to kind of go over, let's join our party one bright morning on the ship's deck.
So now
Let's figure out a person to open up on. Let's open up on Nesbit. Nesbit, what are you doing aboard the ship this morning as the sun rises over the ocean horizon?
I think I'm just mulling over the past couple of days. I think I'd just be walking the forests for a moment, checking on all of the frogs to make sure that they're okay.
So within the colony, we move to the magical compartment within, which sort of allows the sounds of the ocean to fall away to a spectral forest that seems to tease just at the edges of this liminal space that is the interior of the cabin. It responds to Nesbit's very spirit as he walks into the room. These shadows of trees slowly moving in to meet him. Again, there's no real forest in here. It's sort of a suggestion of a forest, and as you move into the darkness, that's where this spectral forest really begins, this sort of protected space. All of the frog folk that were moved in here to give them a temporary home as they await to find a new forest to settle in, greet Nesbit with friendly waves as they feast upon the fruit provided by these spectral trees. Little perfectly red apples that are perfectly eatable, taste delicious. Other little fruits, lemons, guavas, pineapples, all becoming solid as the ship itself essentially casts Goodberry but with fruit, feeding all of its inhabitants.
Oh.
Nesbit, you move through the forest. Everything seems perfectly in order. What is it you'd like to do in here, if anything?
Really, I just wanted to make sure all the frogs were doing all right.
Yeah, make a quick insight check.
Five.
Yeah, everything seems fine. The frogs quietly move about with each other, passing each other fruit off. A couple of them, as you pass, call out to you as you walk by. Of course, what a classic timing for that. Interesting. Hello, Nesbit.
Hello. I am still looking for a place for you to live. We will someday grow your home back once again. I just want you to know that that is still on my mind, because we may not be able to find something for quite a while.
Of course. If there's a possibility of finding it sooner rather than later, the ocean's current and rocking does not agree with us. We are used to calm bodies of water.
I will.
This frog folk seems... Your insight check is still too low. He
Yeah.
seems like he's just asking you as like a professional courtesy.
Yeah. I have many members of the colony with different needs at the moment. But I will be looking. I will be looking out.
Of course, we understand.
If I see any forests, I will report back to you. Or any swamps. What is your preferred place of living?
A swamp would be wonderful. We're
All
very
right.
used to such territory.
All right. I will keep an eye out.
Thank you, Nesbit. We know you're doing your best, so we're all exceptionally grateful.
All of the frog folk in the trees give you like acknowledging waves. Make a perception check.
Okay. Perception 16.
There seem to be a couple of the frog folk who are bloated and a little bit more slow moving than normal.
Is that normal?
Not exactly. The fruit that your wonderful trees so generously provide is quite sweet. Not our usual diet. And we have very little room to run around here, as wonderful as it is. I think a return to our normal life is eagerly awaited. But again, we understand that safety is paramount, and we will wait for you to deem it safe for us to go ashore again. There is nothing so dangerous here. We're simply adjusting, and not as easily as I'm sure we would like.
Okay. I need to go look at a map. I must find swamps. Excuse me.
They all bow their heads as you depart them and walk back out onto the deck where everybody is waiting for you, eagerly hoping that they are going to discuss what the next plan is. What is everybody doing out on the deck? Joey, what are you doing out there?
I'm definitely hanging with Charlie.
The little banana slug turns over on its back, accepts the belly pets very enthusiastically.
But I think that Joey would also spend kind of be tailing Cano maybe a little bit more than usual.
Where's Cano? That's great. Where's Cano? Where are you?
So Cano, I was just gonna say Cano's like respecting Joey wanting to be by herself, but if Joey's there, for flavor, Joey, or no, that's you. Cano, which is me, will be redecorating Curly's throw pillows with.
Curly, the red panda, whose job is unclear on the ship, is waiting atop a pile of his own pillows as you fix one of his throw pillows. Joey, you are seated next to Cano, sort of lazily observing this. Curly is eagerly awaiting his finished throw pillow. What does it look like as you hand it to him?
She'll just notice it's a new one. Oh, this one's really nice. It's a very nice flower. Did you make this?
Oh, you're observing his already done for pillows? Yeah, okay, got it. Well, this one I got as a gift. I don't love it, but, you know, it feels weird to re-gift because it's pretty specific to me. This is my birth flower. You know, it's a...
You gotta find another birthday. Otherwise, it's just a flower. I get it.
Doesn't really make sense to give it to somebody who doesn't have some sort of personal connection with that flower. You know what I mean? So I just kind of keep it on, like, the bottom as, like, a support throw pillow for this throne of pillows that I sleep on.
Gotta have one for your back. That's what I've learned as you get older. Makes all the difference.
Support's
in the
very
world.
important. Yeah, you can really mess stuff up if you stand up wrong, and you know your discs fuse together, and you gotta stretch. You gotta stretch.
What are discs?
I don't know. I just heard some doctor use the term once, and I just throw it around. I don't really know what discs are, but I think they're in your back, and they mess you up when you sit, and they fuse, whatever that means.
Mm-hmm. This makes sense. Nice little nest you have there.
I don't know what it means, but apparently I have a crooked L2 through 6.
Oh no.
Yeah, who knows what that means? Curly stands up to move a pillow. You notice a kind of severe curve in his back from he's just sort of got like a bad case of scoliosis, and then he sits back down. Yeah, probably something to do with I would camp and I would just carry everybody's backpacks because nobody wanted to go hiking if they had to carry backpacks, and I wanted to go hiking, so I offered to carry everybody's backpacks.
And Kano in her mind will. Oh. Early.
Yeah, why?
Nothing. It's just very nice of you. Like, don't want to carry more than you can.
Yeah, you know, that's what you get. And Zygo, where are you this morning?
Zygo's usually up in the crow's nest. That's sort of just where he is taken to being on the ship. I think he would have come down to do, like, his rituals that he casts for everyone when they're on the ocean. Give everybody some water breathing kind of a thing. Make sure that the crew is well taken care of. But for the most part, he's more in his mind these days than he is sort of socializing with the crew or anything, even with the party. He's like excited that everyone is back together again, but is certainly thinking more of the future than he is of the present.
And Zaza, where are you at?
Zaza was in the forest, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she was on a walk, just admiring. I think she was trying to connect with her ancestors. Is that possible to do? in there?
Absolutely. Let's go back into the forest for a moment. where Nesbit leaves, and then coming out of the very shadowy kind of border of where this room is seeable, Zaza walks into the light after a long walk through the spectral woods that sort of act as almost like a virtual reality of a forest. When you go to walk out of the forest and you turn around with the intention to leave, the border of the forest is directly behind you, and you just simply step on out. So while walking along the forest, why don't you give me I'll let you tell me what it is. You can make either a religion check or an insight check.
Oh, let me see. Okay, that is my insight. Where's my religion? Elemental P. Okay, so insight?
Insight or religion.
So I can just roll an insight check?
Mm-hmm.
So, I got 15.
15. You walk through the forest. Those words from that tree spirit that leaned down to give you this healing fruit, telling you that
your ancestors swell with pride, Jekyll.
That echoes in your brain over and over again. You start to finally meditate on where it is these protective instincts come from. You meditate on it for a while. A little bit of warmth on the back of your neck. Sometimes you just feel really connected to even the ghostly forest around you. And that's kind of as far as you get. You walk back out into the forest. Maybe there's more to discover there, maybe there's not. But you know that morning is approaching, and the time for you all to meet up and discuss what your next step is drawing near.
Okay.
And you still have those fruits in your pocket that were given to you by that old tree spirit.
Okay. So then, Zaza, I'm not going to roll again, right? This seems like a thing that I can't roll again.
Probably can't roll again for the exact same thing. No, probably not.
Shoot. Okay, so then Zaza wants to go out onto the deck and talk with Kano.
Great. You make your way out. You see Kano sitting with Joey, Zygo, who is looks like he's in his own world, and Nesbit, who is just ahead of you walking towards the group as well. You are all reunited on the dock.
I think I know why Boris Niles is afraid of heights. Actually, I know why he is.
Oh.
Why?
He told me a story about how his father was killed by a wizard who had a spell that created a dimension door and dropped him horrifically in front of him from the sky.
That's how we should kill Boris.
Wow. Who? Joey.
Zaza's. Yeah.
Oh,
Henry
Henry.
Vandergelder is also with you. Sorry. I'm sorry. I assumed we were all meeting. This is what you get when you build a PC, everyone. He gets involved.
It's a good PC.
My fighter levels mean I have a vote.
All right.
It would certainly explain it.
And it is tragic, so I do not know if it is... I certainly don't see any of us dropping the man from a great height. That seems a little traumatic.
I think it was less of a suggestion to the group, but more of a... I think he trusts me in a weird way. I don't know. He had like a soft spot when we were talking and just...
Yeah, but he doesn't know that you're magical, right?
No.
Are you sure, Zaza? Boris Niles is not exactly known for his soft spots.
I'm just saying, he told me this in confidence, and I'm telling you all because you're my best friends, and I don't know, it felt like it was useful to the group.
It is.
That it is.
Sorry, I didn't mean what I said.
I wouldn't blame you if you did, young one. The man has killed scores of mages in awful ways. He's not
You
a
have
good
every
man.
right. You have every right.
A sad story does not excuse someone of wanton evil. The man is
Absolutely.
irredeemable, the things he has done.
But the more we know about him, the better we are, and the more of a chance we have.
Better equipped, you mean? Nesbitt?
Something does worry me.
What?
When we fought those cloaked figures who captured me, weren't they numbered?
Yes.
And I believe we met a number 19.
That's correct.
How many mages are there in this program?
Mara is telling us maybe it's about. The highest we did was what, 42?
40-something.
Makes me very uncomfortable to be out on the sea with so many mages after us.
Not to mention the fact that they could appear to be anybody. Those masks are enchanted.
I forgot about that.
So, technically, one of these mages could be anywhere simply casting illusion magic to disguise themselves. Is that correct?
More or less, that is
Terrifying
correct.
thought.
Guys, quick idea. Maybe kind of a team building idea. We should make a secret password. So in case anything happens, in case we get separated, only us know what the secret password is.
It's actually a fantastic idea.
A really good idea.
I'm very
And
on
we've
board
checked
for the
first that-
secret password.
All of us are who we say we are.
Yes.
Right. I mean, in
Joey,
this
like-
moment,
Very suspiciously looks at everyone in the eye.
everybody does the same thing. Henry also looks at all of you.
Nesbit-
Everybody roll an insight check.
Nesbit does it. Nesbit rolls his eyes.
14.
Oh, shoot. 13.
Wow, I botched, so that's
Oh, no.
19 from Zygo.
I didn't put any stock in it, if that helps.
Okay. Now, everybody roll either a persuasion or a deception check and send me what you rolled in the chat.
Oh,
Silent
no.
rolls, silent rolls.
Wow. I love these checks.
Okay,
Wait, George, I have to send you mine.
no problem. Okay. Right off the bat, Henry is looking a little bit panicked and suspicious, and Zaza and Zygo are also sort of darting their eyes around, a little bit confused. That sort of spooks you all for a moment. And then Henry peeps up. Is there not simply a way we could magically decide what is true and not?
Yes, there is.
It's magic, right?
I do not feel great about being a sort of a lie detector for my friends, but if there is no better way, then of course I am willing to do so.
Well, you're a truth detector for your friends. You're a lie detector for those who would come aboard and kill us all in our sleep.
Fair enough. Yeah, give me just a couple of minutes to prepare the spell, yes?
Thanks, Igo.
Of course. In the meanwhile, we should not pick a password yet, but perhaps we discuss what our next step should be.
I've already thought of a good word.
Just hold on to that for a couple of minutes, yes?
When Zygo leaves, are you leaving Zygo?
Just sort of taking a step back and starting to flip through the book.
Piano wants to like lower her head to Joey and be like,
Flipper Gobblestone.
oh my god, I love it.
Zygo, you can go ahead and have prepared that and go ahead
Great.
and cast what is
Detect
it?
magic.
Detect magic. You detect the usual pings of magic on everybody, but nobody is using a disguise spell or any illusion magic on their person.
Got it. Alright, everybody, it would seem that we all are who we say we are.
Great. Okay, so our secret word is Flipper Goblet Stone.
Hug. One more time, it is what?
One more time. Flipper, goblet, stone.
Flipper Goblet Stone. Flip.
So not-
Flib.
Flib.
Flipper.
Two B's.
Yeah, like Flipper.
Flipper.
Like
But
flibber? Like
is
that's
it-
the example we should compare it to?
Is it flipper? Like something that the dolphin would have?
No, it's like flib. Like, I don't understand why you're not getting this. Flipper.
But because
Flipper.
you are making a bad word.
That's
What
the
if we-
best kind of passcode, Zygo.
What if we
Flip-
shortened it to just Flibber?
Flipper, gobble.
Perhaps a question and an answer
That's nice.
with a scripted response.
Oh, so then that way.
I'm just saying, there's not a
It'd be
chance I
boring.
get that
Okay.
right in a heated moment.
I also don't know how it comes up naturally or in a way that does not tip everyone
All right,
around us.
fine.
Right.
How about how's it going?
How's it going?
A good starting
We have not
question.
gone too far in the other direction. We need
How's
to
it
To go,
find...
how's it going?
If there's a specific
Flipple
response.
Gobblestone.
No, I don't think that's going to work.
But you're right, too casual. You need like a specific. What about
Just like in Thieves Camp.
like how many frogs does it take to change a light bulb?
7.
So let's think of the scenario in which we would bring this up. You know, we're all on a hike, maybe, and we're about to do
an Ike?
maybe, and we're all about.
You gotta go on hikes and great bonding experiences. Curly is there.
Thank you.
I heard hikes.
And we're
Somebody wanna
about
go on a
to.
hike? I'll carry all your backpacks.
We're about to debut magic, right? And before we do this, we want to check in with everyone. And so we say,
Or that could be, I like it, but I think it would be good for like absence, like if we're separated and then we come back to make sure that someone else isn't coming back.
Oh, how do the berries taste?
oh,
Sour.
Sour.
Very
Or,
good.
No,
red.
I think
So do
sour.
not taste
I had it the
red.
first time. I think the first time you nailed it. That's
can we say it maybe even more specific, like my grandmother's?
No.
Yes.
No, but
that's
I
a
do
good
agree
idea
that-
because
that someone
anybody could
could-
say sour.
Somebody
Anyone
could
can say
stumble upon sour. So
Sorry, I
Anyone
thought you were going to say like my grandmother, and I didn't like that.
that is what I thought as well. So
like my grandmother's.
sour
Berries.
like my grandmother's.
that
that
is
what
not
you're saying?
bad. I'll do the berries taste.
Implying a
Sour.
grumpy grandmother.
Right.
Makes sense to me.
Sour like my grandmother's. That is what we have settled on.
Hey, Joey, how do the berries taste?
Sour, like my grandmother's.
Anna gives her a high five.
Oh,
Zaza is tickled by
Lala
this.
too. Lala likes this.
Very good.
boy.
Well, now that that's settled and put away,
Great.
our next destination, since we are simply floating off the coast of northern Emporia, and the longer we stand still or sailing in this rather slow direction, at this slow pace rather, we should probably try to lift the sails to full mast as soon as possible. What were we thinking? What were we deciding between?
Zygo's gonna look over to Nesbit. You have been particularly quiet this morning, my friend. Are you alright?
I just have a lot on my mind. And the conversation felt pointless. I know that you are all you.
Fair enough.
So, yes. I think that we should know where we're going. I do not know the maps of this land that much. I know that one of ours, Sven, would like to go home. I know that our journey is to go to Port Sal. Which one has a swamp nearby it?
Everybody roll a nature check. Or history. Your choice.
Love the options today.
Nat 20.
Good, because I didn't get that.
Yeah.
I botched again? What is
Oof.
happening? happening?
It's
Get
a-
him
it's a-
out now.
Get him out, get him
Get
out,
him
get him
out.
out.
This
Pendulum
is actually a
swings.
good thing.
Anybody beat a 20?
And he got a nat 20.
That's
Except
one.
for Zygo. Zygo, where are you thinking of a swamp? Near where? Bovington?
I would imagine there was a swamp near. We're heading to Port Sal was where we were headed, right?
I
Yes,
just
you
asked
know
where
for a
was-
fact there are no swamps near Port Sal or Bovington.
Near neither of them. Okay.
Neither of them. Bovington is very plains-like. Port Sal is extremely civilized and city-like, and the exterior of Port Sal is all flattened, barren earth, specifically to stop any kind of covered invasion. You can see from Port Sal's gates for miles.
Gotcha.
Um,
Unfortunately, in neither of the options presented to us is there any sort of swamplands.
Okay.
you know, a swamp is very similar to a delta.
Sure, in that it is water cutting through. What did you have in mind?
Well, I think the White Stain Delta, which I think we could maybe access on our way to Port Sal, we're going around.
It is rather north from where we are, yes?
We're going, like
Which direction is Bovington?
Bovington is south.
Bovington is southwest inland, sort of close to the center of the continent. Port Sal is at the northwest corner. From where you guys are on the off the east coast of the continent.
If we're going around north, I think there would be a way that we could get across the Delta.
There is a mouth to the White Stain Delta in Greywater Harbor, which is on the northeast corner of the continent.
And then we would just take the strait all the way through down to Port Sal.
But what about Sven?
If Sven has these pictures, these portraits, then
We don't
perhaps
have to-
we have access to Bovington at any time.
We don't have to move the boat.
That's a very good point that I forgot.
I certainly do not want to keep him here against his will, but I did have a concert with the heavens, and I was given some advice from my grandfather, I believe.
Oh, what did he say?
He is becoming more and more cryptic, I believe, but the message that I received was bring the boy home and change your course. Your door must be found anew, but gain the strength of a fleeting force that envelops and surrounds you. And that is all that he would tell me. I heard that phrase over and over again in my head.
So if-
Everybody except Zygo, roll an insight check with disadvantage.
Good luck, team.
I see. Right.
Oh.
17 and a 3.
Ooh,
Nice.
17 and a nat 20. So sad.
Ooh. My highest roll was a 14.
Wait, but if I use a luck point, I get that 20?
You would just get the 20.
Oh, then I'm using a luck point.
Damn.
Why not, right? You're just gonna
Why
get them back.
not?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. So all disadvantage rolls on days without combat for Zaza are just like
Fuck 'em.
boom,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
all advantage. That's so funny. Zaza, you that immediately you just like understand the cadence of how that's brought out. That is not a command. It is not a suggestion. It is simply an explanation of what will happen if a choice is made.
Simply.
And what will need to happen, simply. And what will need to happen if that choice is made to complete your goal.
What will need to happen? Okay, so Zaza communicates exactly that to Zygo and the gang.
Yes, he is not usually one to force his hand, just give us suggestions, so that is what we have been given.
So do we want to lose our door?
Well, he's
I
more
assume
than a
that
door.
our door is Sven.
I know he's more than a door, obviously, but he wants to go. He wants to go.
Sven is not with you guys, by the way. He is still sleeping.
Well, maybe if Sven knew what he would be giving up to go home. I don't like the idea of us making choices for him anymore.
I think that is fair.
I like that too.
You guys all wake Sven up.
Yeah, hey kid!
Yeah. I was looking at him.
Just standing over his bed like, hey.
Throw water on him.
Can you come out from under
where's
his
Sven? Poor guy.
Wake up!
Lightning in his hands. Lets the lightning go.
Sven, we have a question for you. You want to go home to Bovington, right? And we want to come with you, or at least, well, I do, just to take you back and make sure you're safe. But if you go to Bovington initially, we're on a mission to go to the moon, and you could come with us if you want, and you could help make the moon. But also, if you don't want to, you don't have to. You can make your own decisions.
Joey, do you want Sven to go with you?
For the first time, Joey really wants Sven to do what he wants to do.
I'm gonna roll what Sven wants to do.
That's what puberty does.
That's 12, baby.
I'm gonna roll
Liberty
D4.
Goblet Stone.
Odd numbers, he wants to stay. Even numbers, he wants to go home.
Okay.
He looks at Joey, nods, and you know that he wants to see this through.
Ooh.
Right.
Cool. Joey gives Sven a high five. Also, we now have a secret code to make sure that you're not a scary mage. So if I say to you, what do the...
How is this going to help Sven? Sven
No,
does
he
not
could do a
speak,
little
Joey.
hand signal. And then he goes,
There's an accompanying hand signal now?
yeah.
Ooh, yes.
All right.
All part of thieves' can't.
Yes, right.
So he'll go, I'll say, what do the berries taste like? And then you say sour, like my grandmother's. So maybe, yeah, like sour. Yeah. Perfect. Another high five. Joey is thrilled.
Sven looks at all of you. Anything else from him?
No, you can go back to bed.
Drops asleep. He was not done with his REM. He is out.
Sleepy baby.
He's a sleepy baby.
Well, I think that makes things easier for us.
Do you have any maps on this boat?
We should.
I
I don't know if we do.
We sure
tend
do.
to
Yeah,
carry.
absolutely.
Yeah. I also tend to
if-
carry maps and
If we
whatnot.
want
with
to take a look at a map, Dylan, do you want to bring up the map
I've
screen?
already-
So we can oh, you already got it up?
me. Got it?
I've done that a
This
few
is
times
the-
already.
Thanks.
He chose the path of like fighting, basically. Right?
So it
Yeah.
looks like your options now, if you're going to sail there physically, would just be to go up north. The fastest way would be to go slightly north and either then take a hard diagonal southwest through the Whitestain Delta
Through the
and then kind
delta.
of come up on the corner, or you can go all the way around the continent of Emporia. It's very craggy up there. Not a lot of docks because it's a lifted cliff, so not a lot of places to make port. So it'll leave you at sea for a very long time, but could potentially be safer from watching eyes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are there
So
checkpoints along the delta?
You've got an easy ride, no worry about weather, nothing, or like wild animals, but you might have to worry about Emporian security and police.
Right.
But the northern side, while completely devoid of police or just general Emporian soldiers, is much more prone to inclement weather. You know that from being your time on the Crest Cliffs, Cano, winds get to hurricane strength up north, especially by where the cliffs are. Especially by where the
Do we
And
have?
especially
there's
by
my
where the cliffs
stupid
are.
thing. It's happening a lot tonight.
But if
To
we
really
go
drive
up
that
there, Joey turns to Kano and says, then won't we go by the Crest Cliffs, though? So we could see your home?
It's not there anymore. But see it, I guess.
Don't we also have those secret coves that we could explore in for treasure?
It's another thing. Daza is bringing up the temples to the sister, that was sort of seeded do exist and are somewhere
Along the coastline?
along the coast or elsewhere.
And is there an inlet? So sorry to interrupt, Natasha, just really quick. Is there an inlet just to the west of the Crested Cliffs where we could connect to the delta?
Let me take a look at that. And
Like
really
if we wanted to
clarify what that
start
is.
going north and then cut down kind of a thing?
Yeah, like if we go around and then we go into the delta.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
There is no river inlet that leads into the delta. Those lines are roads.
So that delta is literally just east to west?
Yes, just east to west. There's a couple of offshoots, but it is just like through the top. It's a natural river through the top part of the whole thing.
Gotcha.
I definitely, if I'm opening this to the gang, I definitely want to help find temples if we're interested in that, and like do maybe a clairvoyance thing where I can look and see if we can see anything. Do you think that's useful or what?
I think that the sister certainly has more plans for us. If we were told about just one, then surely there could be all sorts of crystals and whatnot at the other things. More that could help us on our journey. I do not think it is a bad thing to keep an eye open for our temples.
I do think the further that we can stay away from the Emporian guards, the better.
But we've always been able to get out of a scrap them, whereas we lost a ship.
That is also true.
It was
George,
on day one.
Zygo has proficiency with navigator's tools. Would he be able to tell the difference time-wise between trying to chart the delta and going up around the top?
It is. I will tell you right now, it is faster by. Let me actually look at this. Sorry, folks. I will give you the exact time.
Sure. Because I figured we could do like full sails, all hands on deck if we're going around the top in the ocean. We probably can't like blast our way down a canyon.
So you are looking like 12 days if you go all the way around the top. And if you go to the river, it's actually about the same because you're going to be moving slower on the river.
Right.
Yeah.
But so it's about
Rolling
time-wise, it's kind
on
of
the
irrelevant.
river.
I just think
Unless, weather sinks you and wrecks your ship, and that costs you time.
Sure.
'Cause that would, or damages your ship, because that can also cost you time.
for me, the truth is that it may be dangerous out there, but there is a wide open space to sail and fly along the delta.
If we are ambushed or something.
There's really only one way to go.
Into another ambush.
Would give us a better entry point to sourdough, right? You can't see, would they be able to see us?
It would certainly give us more options on how to approach if we are coming from the ocean.
If
I'm
there-
sure that they have the Delta being watched.
If we do go around, I would like to go by the delta or swing by it anyway, because I think there might be someone there that would be beneficial for me to find.
Oh,
Along the delta?
In where I grew up, my hometown, Barkwood. Tiny, very small, but
who are you looking for? Joey says with zero tact.
I don't know. I just know that they are incredibly connected to the mother, which is what I learned yesterday.
During Kano's vision, it was made clear to her through just logic of what is going on with her that somebody would have had to know what was happening at her birth.
Ah.
Perhaps we do this now. Nesbit,
Frogs.
if you are trying to find swamplands, there is probably some on the upper side of the Emerald Coast. Surely, if there is rivers and oceans, there's probably some fertile lands in that area. Perhaps we could make an arbor somewhere near where the stream offshoots, unload the rest of our crew, and then make our way around the top and stop at Canazon.
I think that's a good plan.
Me too.
Nesbit, do you want to ask the frogs if a delta is okay? If that's suitable for them?
I will. I will.
Just so they know that we're thinking about them and
Yes, I will talk to them presently. I think this is good. Remember, we lost some ships, but we did not lose the colony. The colony is fast, and the colony can fly. So, have faith in us.
I do. I just also know as someone who flies that it's very hard to do when the winds are that strong.
I know. Is it okay if I ask my ancestors?
I think it's always very important to listen to those who came before.
Could not agree more.
So then Zaza, like, excitedly, but like taking it very seriously too, like goes a little away, like Zygo did, and sets up her weapons in the little cross and puts, maybe takes out a little bit of her fur this time and like puts it in the ritual space and sits down, and she casts augury.
Great.
Oh, we're asking whether we should go around the Delta way, or
It's not a yes or no for augury. This is an intended path. What are the results of that choice?
okay.
Is it
and,
good, bad, or good and bad?
Or neither.
Or
right?
nothing.
and right now we want the Delta path, right?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, no,
No,
the
we're going
opposite.
around the top.
around
That's what we talked.
through right after Crest Cliffs.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So what lies in wait for us if we go around?
Yeah.
You read woe.
Fuck.
Oh my gosh.
Can she try again asking about the Delta?
Can you? Do you have another slot to cast augury?
No, I don't. How do I
I
even?
think it's
see
once
that?
per rest. I'm pretty
Once
sure.
per rest.
Oh,
Okay.
Sort
Spell.
of long though.
It says 1 minute self, once per short rest.
Oh.
I could
mean,
just go
we're-
take a nap.
We're gonna keep going that
You can wait
direction.
30 minutes and the connection can dissipate. You want to we'll wait 30 minutes later. Zaza
Well,
is
because
still,
either way, we're going the same direction to start our journey.
still going up.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
guys
we're
have
still
all
going up.
started the journey out, heading north, sailing up. Everybody's hopping to. Sails come down, and it takes off through the water up north. It is
I will say about augury, if you cast
mild
it
day.
twice before taking a long rest, there's a 25% chance that you'll
That
get
it's
a
wrong.
random reading and not an actual reading.
Oh.
What?
Do you want to take the risk? It's only a 25% chance.
Okay.
Do you want to
Do
ask another
know.
question?
How long would it take us to like we'd still be going for a day, right?
Yeah,
Before we...
another day. You could wait till tomorrow to ask, and,
And
you'd
then
be
ask him
totally
the next
fine.
morning? Yeah,
And you
let's
do
still
that.
would have a
Just go-
chance to change course.
I want to
Yeah.
get 100% the right answer. I don't want to
Okay.
mess.
So let's
In
take
that
the
case,
day.
is there anything anybody needs to take care of today?
Yes.
What is it?
Kano needs to talk to Vigo.
Great, go
And
ahead.
Joey
pull
kind of
Zygo
wants
aside.
to talk to Kano at some point as well.
Let's run Kano and Zygo, and then we'll pop over to Joey and Kano.
Kano will motion to, assuming like our chat has finished and everything.
Yeah.
Kano will motion over to Zygo to get right up in his chin. No.
Yes.
Are you ready to have a conversation now?
Very much so. What would you like to discuss?
So the last time I saw you, you were in your coma-like state, and then you sat up, eyes alight, and looked at me, waving me over. I grabbed your hand, and then I was transported to, I believe, where you were, and I saw your grandfather, and I talked with him.
He told me that he did want to have a conversation with you, so he would not tell me why.
He's a character, that one. He's a good role model for you, Albie.
It's the best.
Did you want to tell me what this conversation with you was about?
Why do I get the feeling just in your asking that you already might have some idea?
Well, I mean, I've got little hints, so I could just guess. Actually, he didn't tell me what he talked about with Zygo, did he? Like, no, not at all. Okay.
He told you that Zygo would have to give his own life for something.
Right.
But
I
that
remember that.
if you were there with him, there would be a way that he could give his life in a way that would be much better.
Okay. Oh, I thought it was to save him.
Unclear?
That was not quite explicated.
Okay. So scratch what I just said.
Kenna, there is something coming for us from up there. I think it is more deadly and more serious than any other trials and tribulations that we face here on the ground. As horrific as Boris Niles and his mages are, I think they pale in comparison to what is to come. And I was told that I might have the power to stop it.
Your grandfather told you that?
He did. Though he said that there might be a cost.
Well, he told me I could help, and you don't have to do it alone. This isn't a trivial thing. The trials and tribulations of man are trivial when you take a step back from the microscope. This is an angry God that's trying to come back. Now, if you've been chosen to do this, you are one person's eye. And I would like to help you, so it doesn't have to be that way.
Kenna, I am grateful to you every time we step into a battle or a scuffle that you are there by my side. There was no one else that I would rather. There was no one I trust more with my protection than you. And if there is help that you can offer, then I will take it. But he looks over at Joey, who's, I assume, kind of waiting to talk next. He goes, but there are people who will need you on the other side of this. And if the help that you give is as serious as what I am supposed to be doing, then that I will not accept.
So I go, your grandfather told me something that shook me yesterday. I needed yesterday to reflect on it, on what it meant. And I would prefer for now that you keep this between us. But essentially, I learned that I don't just worship the mother. That I am rather a channel of her, is my understanding. More so than I ever thought possible. There's a part of her that is in me, that is me. So I'm not just...
Your eyes, when you came back, they were glowing. Is that why?
Could be. Yes. I didn't notice that. They're not still glowing now, are they?
No, they have
Okay,
stopped.
good.
Cannot, that is... I did not know how to process that either, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it was me yesterday. I had no idea how to move forward with that. I'm still figuring it out, and he also told me, or I kind of came across the revelation that there's someone back home for me that knew just exactly what I was, who I was when I was born.
So then that is where we have to go. Of course.
Just even for more information, but I think that knowing that and knowing you, it's funny how we are becoming intertwined in a different way that I never thought possible.
I have noticed that as well. In the interest at this moment of keeping these things between us, if you could not tell Nesbit quite yet what I told you. And this feels like it goes without saying, but do not tell Zaza, because if you tell Zaza anything, she will tell everybody, and that is, it is hard to keep a secret with Zaza.
Never trusting her with a secret.
I mean, she told us Boris Niles' secret, like, immediately, and then she told us the whole thing about the best croc. I love Zaza, but I do not trust her with my secrets.
No, she would be the one, like, when you go to school and there's that one kid that's always really fun to have around, but, like,
yes.
if you tell her, oh, I have a crush on Jimmy, it goes
then
to Jimmy.
It's a old thing. Jimmy knows immediately. Right?
Mm-hmm. And
yes,
Jimmy's
right.
like, hey, Zaza told me you liked you, and you have to pretend that you don't.
Like, what are you talking about? I've never said that to anyone.
Like, what? Like, do you like me, though? And then...
Right, and then you're playing a whole cat and mouse game. It is horrible.
We don't need...
Thank you for trusting me with this.
Can I roll an insight check on Zygo, please?
Yeah, go ahead. Zygo, yeah, go ahead and roll an insight check for me, Kano.
9. It was a 16, and then I went, I'm gonna be a 3. So
Okay, I think Kano is picking up that Zygo is a man on a mission, and won't accept you sacrificing yourself for him anytime soon. He's pretty serious about that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of all you glean. If you're gonna want to like really get yourself in there, I think you're gonna have to make some bold choices, is what Kano realizes.
Yeah. Hold on, I did want to... You seemed to have been really by yourself today. Is there a reason or that in particular? Anything more in your head than normal?
It seems that there are forces beyond our control that would like to decide what my future should be for me. I feel I've lived my whole life sort of under that assumption that would happen, but when faced with a decision, it is harder to make.
Well, if I've learned one thing from our whole experience and when we first came into contact with the force that we're having to deal with, and when they touched all of us,
Yes.
I've never felt more myself than when that left me. And I am basing this off of what Zygo's grandpa told me. I don't want to be I don't want to be accused of metagaming.
No, I hear you.
But it makes me wonder about people like Tash, how they started.
And how far gone he has become. I also wonder who is under the zeal of what he is doing.
You have everything within you to do whatever you need. And I know you call on your grandfather a lot for help, but you also can make that decision. Smart.
If I do that, if I relinquish what we were given, I am afraid that I will lose my eyes again.
The weight of that sits on Kano, because obviously I'm sorry that I forgot about that.
It's okay.
It's easy for, people that are outside of that to take it for granted. But
luckily, I am surrounded by people who wish to help me. So, that is good.
We can bring someone back to life and fix a mask so it fits ours instead of someone else. We can find a way. I'm manifesting, and also we can find a way.
No, you can't. It can't fit you.
Clearly, we
moment. So you, Zygo and Kano are standing on like the port side of the colony by themselves. This conversation's taking place as the sun is setting low over the ocean's horizon, casting oranges and purples, and just barely the stars are starting to poke through along with the moon. Zygo, you look up and see that constellation in the sky that you never knew to look for before. I'm gonna ask you to roll just a flat wisdom check. No ability score, no skill check, just the ability score.
Just the ability score.
Just the ability check.
Nat 20.
No fucking way.
Oh my gosh.
My God. My
Okay.
heart.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Always happens. It's perfect.
Your mind flashes back to the Sisters' Temple, and that table that was in the middle of that room that you guys ended up coming back out into, and that altar that was sitting there that became charged with magical energy as the time was altered within. And you remember seeing that as it charged with energy, those little speckles of light lined up.
Right.
And there was a faded shape sort of also within that table that was covered in dust and kind of worn away, and you didn't think much of it until now, as you're looking up at this constellation and seeing the stars become much clearer, that the faded shape on the table was a map. It was a map of the continent. And where each star is on this constellation
is where her temples would be. Zygo, as he looks up at the star, just sort of his eyes trailing away from Kano, suddenly like grabs her arm and goes, I need to go. Thank you for all of this. One moment. And he will as he tries to remember that table, pull out maps and start like sketching, trying to make a representation of that against the map that he knows to be Emporia now.
Okay. Joey and Kano. Kano comes down the steps back onto the main deck where Joey is waiting.
Hey, Joe.
Hi. I think Joey just kind of motions and then like walks towards the edge of the ship. She's not very good at having deep and meaningful conversations. I think I just want to say thank you because everybody seems to leave, but you don't. And I just want to say thank you.
Kano wordlessly pulls Joey in for a big hug.
Sometimes I wish you were my real mother.
Joe. Just because we're not biologically related doesn't mean we're not family. I'll always be there for you, kid. As long as I can be. I know it's been a rough couple of days for you. There was a lot. But you handled it like a salting champ.
What do you think my dad's like?
Mischievous, absolutely. You didn't get that from your mum upon meeting her. I would say he's a jokester who is also very smart, a little cunning, but like cheeky. Would be my guess. You remember him at all? No. Well, it doesn't hurt to dream. You have hope. What might happen? It's a might. Nothing's guaranteed, but that hope is a powerful thing.
I guess at the end of all of this, you know, could I come? Could I live with you?
Oh my god, of course. Was that ever a question? You're like my kid. We need to sign papers and stuff.
You know, but just in case, I just don't know. So thank you.
And I will like get down on Joey's level. So she's probably on her knees, I would imagine.
Joey's taller now.
I'm still a 7-foot goose.
Okay,
so
you're on your knees.
Anna full just sits, and her long neck is just looking Joey dead in the eyes. Wherever you want to go, I will go with you, and we will make our home wherever we see fit.
Joey hugs Kano.
And we move up off the dock, back up to the perfectly crescent moon as the next day comes.
What an emotional night.
Zaza.
Anna sleeps in.
So I was legit meditating that whole time?
Yes. No, you can have been doing stuff. Absolutely. What would you have liked to have done that day? Or do you want to just wait for the next morning, go about your business on the boat, and then in the morning go ahead and activate that? We're about to have like several days of time where you can do things that you want to do. So this is just like the exact succeeding moment. What are you thinking, Zaza?
I think Zaza is taking the meditating very, very seriously.
Yeah, absolutely. Got it.
So totally spending some time by herself. Yeah, and just like being very introspective about her ancestors and like what it means to be asking for help. So she's gonna cast it again.
Got it. Augury once again. What question do you want to ask?
And this time, she wants to know the outcome if they go the other way.
Through the river.
Yeah.
You get weal and woe.
Ill and well, good and bad.
Yep. This was not good.
Okay. And upon learning that, she's gonna go to the forest.
Okay. Walking away. Nesbit, where would you have been?
Honestly, I have been mulling over this. Nesbit's been mulling over this and is probably was looking for Zaza.
Great.
Yeah.
So you, as Zaza makes her way into the cabin, are you waiting for her in there? Just like,
yeah.
good.
Every single time, he's been kind of like sheepish around it. Like he'll be like kind of standing off to the side, almost like twiddling his thumbs, like almost saying things to Zaza, and then just won't, and then just will walk away.
So we find ourselves, she opens the door into the ship, the sounds of the ocean fade away, and that spectral forest ambience kicks in. Zaza, you immediately spot Nesbit inside.
Zaza has a more like sullen way about her. Hi, Nesbit.
Oh, is this a bad time?
No, this is a great time.
Your words do not match how you sound.
Nesbit, I've been meditating for so long that this is the most I've ever felt like myself.
So in touch with it.
Zaza?
Yes, Nesbit.
I don't ask. I don't want to be. I think that you would say that I don't ask for. I don't think of me all the time, right?
True.
Zaza, can I be captain?
And this kind of gives her a little spark. Yes, of course.
Oh. Really? If you want to be captain still, no, I want to be captain.
Yes. And she just wraps him up in a big hug.
Oh.
Aww.
You are the captain. And looks at him in his eyes. You were meant to be the captain.
If you want to be first mate, you are the best captain that I've ever served under.
Oh. Yes, Captain. I will be your first mate.
Wow, that was really beautiful, guys.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you. Okay,
That was really something to watch.
that's enough. And Nesbit runs
That was
away.
really something to
Nesbit
watch.
runs away like he's like can't take being
We're on
called
a ship
captain.
with good people, you know? They're just all good people. It's fun to watch them just talk and get along, and man, when you find good people, you just gotta appreciate it.
Nesbit asking Zaza this makes Zaza feel like that was a sign. Like she's like coming into her own of like, yeah, like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So she like even more confidently walks into the astral forest.
Off into the astral forest, freed of her captainly tether, Zaza walks off, suddenly feeling much more free. Zaza, make an insight check with advantage.
Yes.
Here we
Okay.
go.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Give it to us.
Insight with advantage.
Give
Okay,
it
so
to
that's
us,
a
George.
19.
Give it to
And
us,
then,
asshole.
oh my gosh. Okay, 22.
Oh, Jesus
22.
Christ.
Yeah.
Let me see me a second. Zaza, tell me, if Zaza could have the perfect great-grandmother, what would she be like?
Oh. Well, first of all, she has a great fashion sense. She's like one of those grandmas that wears like the really big glasses and like all the like all the cool crystals and stuff. Like that's where she would have gotten her fondness of it because she saw all these like pictures of her just like adorned in all these things. But she's also a badass who knows the equivalent of capoeira, but like actually knew how to kick someone's butt. You know?
What's capoeira? Is that a fighting?
The Brazilian dance martial
fighting.
arts.
Dance fighting.
So cool.
It's dance fighting?
It's
Yeah.
dope. Yeah.
Zaza, what does it look like as you meditate in this spectral forest? Do you close your eyes and walk forward? Do you sit? Do you find a place?
So she definitely sits, but she like feels herself projecting into the forest as though like she can see both planes of either going up higher into the heavens or taking a tunnel lower into like the more grounded state.
Yeah.
So there's like options. Yeah.
You find yourself moving deeper into a very densely, heavily vine-laden spectral part of this forest. Again, you look over your shoulder and see the door out of the cabin behind you. It's like you haven't gotten any deeper, and yet it feels like you are getting much deeper. And as you get more and more covered in brush, moving stuff aside, with that 22 insight, some of the forest starts to fade away, and you feel this warm, fuzzy feeling on the back of your neck. And all of a sudden, everything feels very ethereal and fuzzy and foggy, almost like you're looking through glasses that are way fogged up. And you just blink a couple of times, and there's a house in front of you. And you come out of forest, but not back into the cabin, but there's a sunny hill with this little cottage, a little bit of smoke coming out of a brick chimney just off to the side, a couple of big beetles roaming around an open field, and the door swings open, and calling down the hill to you. Come on, Missy. We've been waiting for you. Come on. Don't keep me waiting.
Zaza like looks around and starts, jogging towards her and pets the beetles as she's like making her way to the cabin.
It feels very familiar in a way.
Yeah.
It's
Is
like
this
it
not
reminds
Masangu?
you. It absolutely is Masangu, and it's not anywhere you used to live, but you recognize the geography and realize this can't be more than 45 minutes from where you grew up, just like right down the road somewhere. And you get in, you see a wooden table, a cup of steaming tea, and an old woman busying herself. She's about 6'4", but probably like 98. So she must have been much bigger. And she is using a cane to assist herself moving along. She's an old hyena woman with the tips of this big spine of fur are all shock white. And her eyes have a little bit of cataracts in them through some big old goggles. And it looks like she looks like a person who used to be yoked and then had to stop going to the gym. So she's like got leftover muscles, but is still very old and a little bit frail from being so old. Hey kid, take a seat. Come on. Took you a while to get here, huh?
And being next to this person makes Zaza feel very small. So she like cozies into the chair and puts her hands in her lap and kind of looks around, almost asking like permission to speak or
Speak up, kid. This is your party. Come on. I got some tea for you.
Oh.
Drink up. got some biscuits. Got those all the way in Guilford. Take a bite. Some noodles I made myself.
Delicious.
Well, honestly, you're here earlier than I thought. It usually takes us. How old are you?
Oh gosh, how old am I now? I think I'm 27 now.
Oh, I thought you were younger than that.
Actually, I think I'm even older. I think I'm 32. It's a long story.
Strange. I thought I'd be talking to you a bit later, but 32, that's actually about the correct age that the women in our family start having visions.
Visions?
Well, we have a strong connection through our lineage, Zaza. You might notice that whenever you see one of your friends in imminent danger, you bring forth a manifestation of magical force to protect them. But that's me, most of the time.
Yeah, I never thought I was magic, though. I thought I was just the person that protected the magic people, you know?
Well, aren't all of us just a little bit magical?
And then Zaza feels really special with her saying that and just has a sip of tea.
I'm just kidding. That's
Puts it
ludicrous.
down.
Magic is a rare thing, and yes, we are not so much magical as we are in tune with something that is always around us.
And Zaza takes a biscuit, just like ready to listen to her go off and conveniently have a mouthful.
Yeah, so I've seen a bit of what you've been up to. As I said, most of the time when you protect your friends, it's some form of myself. Or once in a while, it's been your Uncle Ebert, but he doesn't do it very willingly. He's a lazy piece of guff, frankly.
Wait, what's his name?
Uncle Ebert?
Uncle Ebert.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's my annoying brother who lives down the hill and is very, very friendly with his dirtworms.
Well,
we don't talk about him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was
With
wondering.
a lot of family knowledge comes all the knowledge of family shame. So get used to it. You're gonna get a lot dumped on you.
What's your name?
Me?
Yeah.
Ezzy.
Ezzy. Thank you, Ezzy. Is there? Oh, I don't know. I feel like this is also new to me. I feel like I've done this my whole life, and at the same time, I'm getting stronger. Way stronger than I thought I'd ever be. Is there a way that I can use this power for even more good?
Well, there are two things. First of all, you have access to me whenever you like, and if you'd like, I can give you some more insight into the questions you ask. That magic you use to determine what path you're using. Again, me. I'm helping you. But if you'd like, instead of doing such a thing, if you find a meditative state, you can come speak to me about it, and perhaps I can answer you in more detail.
Thank you. Did you hear me asking the questions about the different ways that we were thinking of?
Yes, your route that you're deciding on. Yes, you're trying to go around the northern coast of Emporia or through the White Stain Delta. Yes. Well, as it happens now, there's a great deal of imminent weather that is making the north nearly impassable. It'd be exceptionally dangerous for you to travel there. As for the White Stain Delta, I think one member of your party would benefit from a trip, though it is hazardous. The Emporian Armada and soldiers both are very much on alert after the commotion of both Brickton and Key East now.
And by bad weather, is it something that we could potentially fight with magic, or?
Of course, I do not know the magical capabilities of your friends, but if there were such a thing, perhaps.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I want to keep talking. Is it okay if we
can
just
keep
eat
talking.
biscuits?
There's no time limit. Time's gonna
Okay.
move. You're gonna come out of this forest at the second. It's gonna 3 seconds are going to have passed. It's gonna be like.
Awesome. I
You
feel
wanna
like
have
I want
lunch?
to tell you everything I've been doing.
Tell me about your entire life. You've only started manifesting me 5 or 6 years ago. I want to hear about your entire childhood.
You were there 5 or 6 years ago?
When you started manifesting your magic to protect your friends at that circus.
Oh. Wow.
That was the first
But
time
so then
made
you were.
contact with me.
But how about that guy who, we killed? I still feel really bad about that.
I know you do. My time. In my time, there is a great deal of grief and sorrow, and death is familiar. In my time, the purge of folks' magical is rampant and very much underway. Sometimes we cannot choose what is required to make it through great adversity. As long as the rewards outweigh the costs, everything has a cost. Nothing is for free.
Thank you.
Do you want some salmon?
Salmon?
Salmon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me get that ready for you. 1 second.
Can Zaza look around the house?
Yeah, go ahead. Make a perception check for me with disadvantage.
Also, you're delayed, but just so you know.
Okay. Am I delayed to Dylan?
Perception.
Okay, so it's just to you, Natasha. Sorry.
Oh, God. Oh, shoot. That's so
We'll fix it in
bad.
a second.
What was the one I disadvantage, but I'll just use my luck point. 23.
Go ahead. It's a beautiful little cottage. It already you see pictures of these other hyena folk on the wall that you recognize as potential relatives of you, even some other canines that are sort of deeper in your lineage. And you have a wonderful little lunch with your great-grandmother who shows you paintings of older relatives far forgotten and long past. You feel like your connection with these relatives has deepened a great deal. Zaza, whenever you cast Augury with access to a forest or some similarly hallowed place, you are going to be able to cast Augury as a conversation with your grandmother.
That's so cool.
Dope.
Yes. Yes. I love this.
With that nice little note, everybody, let's take an uncustomary, very relaxed little break, and we'll be back in 5 or 6 minutes to figure out where exactly is going to happen when we take our left onto the White Stain Delta. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
I set upon the ship at dawn. I wouldn't dare be late. Ability
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We come right back in on our party. Smash cut to roaring waves, blasting the front of the colony as it tears through the ocean northward. Bright and shining sun. Joey and Sven run around on the dock chasing a couple of barrels that have gotten loose, putting them back in place. Zaza assists several of the other crew members, including Tick and Talk, pull the ropes to get the sails going just the right way. Meanwhile, Zygo sits in the crow's nest. Kano back at the stern with Nesbit, who is proudly steering the colony, while Henry swings from rope to rope, just being an absolute athletic badass polar bear, tying ropes together, fixing stuff that snaps loose. All right, everyone, keep us steady. And sure enough, a big wave comes, picks the whole boat up, everybody braces, back into the surf, and you guys are taking up the coast of Emporia. At this time, we are going to enter sort of a fun little travel challenge. So first of all, everybody is going to be able to do one major thing that they'd like to do over the course of this journey per day. Or excuse me, on the trip in total. Every day, I am going to be rolling on a couple of dice to determine if some random encounters occur for every day of our travel. For a trip up the Whitestain Delta right now, we have 2 days of moving through open water past that the Sisters Cove inlet that is going to be somewhere coming up on your north side. And then by the time we get to the Whitestain Delta, will be sort of like the evening of the next day. Zygo, just for the sake of your interest, and you would notice this, the top northeastern corner of Greywater Harbor up there, sort of like on that inlet of the map, if we want to take a look at the map again. Mm-hmm. On that corner where a butterfly's wingtip would be, you know there is an especially bright star up in the corner there. It would require another day to get there. Who knows how long it would take getting there. This is a temple of the sister, so shit's weird when you come out of those. Could be yesterday when you come out, but it also will require a day of sailing south.
Zygo would go to the person we thought was the captain with that information first, which was Zaza, and then promptly get Nesbit involved as well.
You go, you yell to the captain, and she just points.
Yeah. Captain, sorry, there, Captain. There is a one of the sister caves near here, just about a day's journey. Should we choose to explore it? But I leave it to you.
Well. What does everyone think?
Are we gonna stop in the harbor at Greywater?
I don't think so.
I would very much like to stop in the harbor, and I think it would be a good idea as well to bulk up on supplies. Maybe if anything, maybe more paints for Sven. Maybe it's.
Didn't we just escape a bunch of important people that knew exactly where we were going? I feel like we should probably avoid like a harbor. But maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I talked to my great grandma while I was meditating, and she said that there's going to be good and bad if we go that way, and that it would be particularly beneficial for one of us to stop there. So,
to stop in the harbor itself, or to stop?
Not specifically the harbor, but to just go that way. I could talk to her again, see if the harbor's okay, but she said the other way has horrible weather that's nearly impossible to get through. So those are 2 options.
Could we go like near the harbor, but not at the harbor?
I will go fly if need be. I will don my fancy attire and leave my armor here, and I will fly in and I can get stuff. But I need to make a stop there.
Also, sorry, again, the Cave of the Sister. Feelings on that?
Yes.
I think we should go. The last cave was so fun.
Really? We're going to go to another one?
Yes.
Didn't
Get
we,
excited, Henry.
didn't
Maybe
we
this
do
time I'll be
battle
15.
with a celestial butterfly?
Yes, but
And
there
all
is
nearly lose our lives and such?
Yeah, but now the
is
butterfly
no
is Zygo's
guarantee
pet.
that- well, sort of. It is a complicated relationship, but
Henry, remember that's when we all got bonded together. That's when you really became
Yes.
a part of the crew.
But as we left, there was the imminent threat that even though that entity did not exact the cost it wished upon us, that there would be something waiting for us in the future. Wouldn't walking into the lair of such a being simply give it cause to exact said cost? Just being cautious.
Was that what it said? I thought that it was specifically just wanted to make us do tests and trials.
to sort of
It
prove
is
ourselves.
possible. I
And,
was quite disoriented. the
Either way,
entire
I'm actually more inclined to agree with you, Henry, but it seems like you're outvoted. But I am the
If you vote
captain.
for me, we could.
You
You
are the
have two
captain.
votes, maybe.
You are
Could
the
you all
captain.
decide on that?
Hmm.
What say you, Captain?
Well, Kano, and Nesbitt will just kind of, Kano, is the things that you need in the harbor secret, or can you tell me?
It's something I need to do for myself.
Okay. Okay.
In regards to what? Do you want to know, like, am I hanging out there for a long time? Because that's no. This.
Okay, no, I just want to make sure that you're safe. Okay, which one's closer?
The Sisters Temple is much closer than our final destination of Portsau.
No,
if
I
that's
meant
what
the
you're asking.
harbor. I meant the harbor.
If the way you've pointed to on the map, Sir Zygo, is exactly where we would be headed in that case. The harbor would be on the way, I think.
Okay. We'll go to the temple. Anyone who wishes to go inside can. Anyone who wishes to stay doesn't have to.
Either way, we will be headed past Greywater Harbor, whether we take the river or we wish to explore whatever this
One
is.
of the people on our ship has something imminent to do there, and we don't leave people behind.
Very well.
very good.
To Greywater Harbor, then.
Yes. And, Joey, do not worry. They know some things about us, but one thing that they haven't seen is that we have a ship.
It's true.
They've never once seen that we have a ship.
And the colony tears through the surf, the beautiful weather, a couple of ladybugs, like seagulls, flying as they near the very tropical trees that outline Greywater Harbor. Greywater Harbor, I'm gonna roll a quick dice for our weather to see what it's like today.
Here for the soundtrack.
It is overcast. Dark gray clouds today. Not quite stormy, no thunder, but a little cold, a little brisk, and you guys slowly move the colony into port, rolling up to the dock. A dock attendant immediately starts helping you, catching ropes, tying you off to the dock. And you guys finally see Greywater Harbor. So, Greywater Harbor, upon first glance, looks like an old industrial London town. Lots of very crammed together shops. Basically, every street is a gigantic strip mall. Just building, crammed together as simple as can be, constructed of wood. A lot of sections of this, you think, wow, if there were a fire here, it would take up the entire city in seconds. But that's never going to happen, because every piece of wood in Greywater Harbor is soaked with salty water. There's always a gray snow pea fog, just pea soup fog, that's what I meant to say, moving over rough, uneven cobblestones. Especially in the early morning hours when the streets are not highly trafficked, seeing somebody walk around a corner would make one feel immediately that they were being tailed and watched. It is a paranoid city. Right from being there, this is not heavily influenced by the Emporian army. There are a couple of Emporian flags up, but mostly you guys all make out as you're getting off the docks, especially like on some of the harbor equipment, big outlined P's.
Pendlehurst.
You immediately recognize this is. You immediately. This is. Of course, my thing is going right now. This is where the Pendletons are from.
Pendlehurst.
I'm
so excited.
with the fancy garb.
What's that? Are you guys all fancied, or are you going
I'm
in?
asking if the same rules apply here with the fancy garb.
Interesting.
The same rules do not apply here.
Oh.
I wonder if it would work for or against us if we were fancy.
Like, probably
Yeah,
against
it's
us.
just
Maybe
a
against
harbor.
us.
You know, it's not.
I would know.
If
It
you were to
would it be
find,
against
if you were to
us?
find high society, like the fancied condition still works the same way.
Okay.
There are just far fewer places where the benefits of the fancy condition will help you out, and there's not enough Emporian guards that having a guard's benefit really matters. There are other people whose benefit you're not going to have, and might really not have,
Yeah.
if you're walking around dressed all to the nines. Let's really quick. You guys haven't gotten off the boat yet. How are we gearing up before the gangplank descends and you start interacting with dock workers? What do we all look like? Let's go in. Should we go in a little dice order?
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Jackie, what's Joey look like?
Cool. Joey's gonna step into the cabin or something before they dock in, so she's completely completely hidden. And is going to go, Faciala. And as she does, her hair grows a little bit longer, her nose kind of becomes a little pointed, her teeth get a little bit longer, and she transforms into a beaver.
Very nice.
But this beaver is wearing kind of like dock worky clothing, like what she would have seen, like not of the workers, but just like kind of plain shirts and trousers and kind of baggy trousers, rough hands.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Okay, perfect. Next, Nesbit. What's Nesbit look like?
Nesbit looks like Nesbit.
Because they don't know at all what he looks like.
Also,
On every
he
wanted
doesn't
poster,
care.
Nesbit's portrait is full wrong.
Also, he does not care, and Nesbit is staying on the boat because he's useless in society.
Staying on the boat, gotcha.
Yeah, but he just kind of like goes to a dock worker. Do you have to like pay to dock?
Right, sir, it's 5 crowns a day.
All right.
This is an otter fella holding up like a hand to you, trying to collect some money from you.
All right. Pay him.
No problem, Capitan.
And Nesbit
Tick and
will
Tock
then just
move
like
forward to pay him.
Because he has no money on him, just walk back in. onto the ship.
Roll an intimidation check.
Whoa.
Incredible.
No. Intimidation?
Yeah.
4.
You full trip as you turn around. You're just like, these docks are made by people. They suck. The ground would be better. The ground would not be so uneven. You move up, Tick and Tock joyfully pay the man, accidentally pay him double. The dock worker leaves thinking, wow, these dumb idiots are going to be great to get money from for all the fees we're going to rip them for. And immediately, right, fellas, give this one the gold standard, would you? And he walks off the dock to just go confer with a couple of his friends.
Great.
Okay, next.
Nesbit thinks, ooh, a gold standard. Zygo said gold's good.
Zygo, what do you look like?
Zygo has done a very similar thing to Joey. Before he even descended from the crow's nest, he has slightly changed his appearance to be that of a gecko, with very normal-looking eyes now that they're back in society, and clothing not dissimilar to his, but a little more sort of like slightly less upper class, just a little more middle class version of exactly what he's wearing.
How about Zaza?
So, okay, the costume, or not the costume, the fancy garb protects us though, so people can't recognize who we are.
It does stop wanted posters from like nobody will give you a look and be looking at a wanted poster right off the bat.
I still want to wear my beautiful dress.
Zaza goes full Jack Princess and just full throws on a dress. Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, and I also want to take my muddied, like Lady Gaga outfit to the dry cleaners.
Great.
So
Got it. You're super amazing. Yeah, got it.
I wanted to get that cleaned, and I want to like search for an antique shop or something there.
Great.
That's
And
hilarious.
Kano, what do you look like?
I will be in my typical garb, but I'm going to wear a like the Marvel in not the superhero garb of the baseball.
You're gonna disguise yourself,
Dark
low
cloak,
a hood maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it.
Marvel not as
Roll a stealth check for me, everybody who's going out into the city.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Okay. See, I want to get some stuff to help with
Jinx
that.
myself.
I got
Damn it.
16.
Okay, remember your number.
Okay.
How many times I have rolled and it's like, 15, 16, and then it just falls. So that is a 7 for me, but that's...
Okay.
Oh, wait, I have disadvantage, technically. 'Cause I'm...
Oh yeah, give me that.
Well, that was a 17, so...
Okay. Jackie, what'd Joey get?
I got a 16, which means I rolled a 4.
Oh,
That
wow,
bonus,
okay, got
though.
16 for the bonus, nice. Okay, you guys all.
Sorry,
go
wait,
short?
George. I botched.
Oh, you.
No!
Great, solid. You guys all walk out into the city. Who's with who? Kano, are you with anybody or are you alone?
I have... It might be a good idea for me to, like, pretend to be Zaza's security. But I also want to do the thing by myself. So maybe...
Maybe go
But
do
we
your
can
thing.
walk out together, can't we?
That's true.
Yeah, you
I'll
go do your
walk out
thing.
with Zaza and I'll direct her to an antique place.
Great, because you know Greywater Harbor pretty well. Got it. Joey, who are you going with?
I'll go with Zaza. I want to find the paint store.
Okay.
So if
Sven will go with you. Sven
Sven
also
too?
disguises himself into a little otter boy.
Oh, cool.
Maybe.
He comes on the dock with you, really excited. Full face plant, back up. The same notch that Nesbit tripped on, he also trips on. Great, he follows after you. And Zaza, are you going off on your own?
Zygo?
Or Zygo, excuse me?
Yeah, Zygo's gonna try and, he knows that docks are a good place to sort of, like, get gossip. He's gonna try and hear what is happening, of people going in and out of this port. See if he can, like, assimilate in a little bit and get some news about what the word is in Emporia.
Cool. Okay, let's do this. Everybody roll initiative for me.
Initiative. Wow.
I have a disadvantage, technically. Do I? No.
I have advantage.
No, not on initiative.
Not on it.
Well, 12.
15.
11.
27.
Kano, what'd you get? You got 12?
I got,
I
11.
got 12.
You got 11. Natasha, you got 12. Joey, what'd you get?
Le 15.
That's French.
Zygo
27.
27.
and Nesbit.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't think about that. That is a 21.
21.
21.
All right, Zygo, where do you go?
If there's like a pub or something like that, somewhere where the fishermen would come in after a long day and put their feet up, kind of a thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, there's a place like that. You find your way into a bar right off the bat. You find like kind of like a dingy establishment as we move away from the ocean waves here. Some glasses are clinking in the corner. Everybody's kind of very sullenly keeping to themselves in this room. Where do you go? Up to the bar counter?
To the bar first. I'll grab a drink.
There's a duck fella there who's cleaning a glass.
One, just an ale if you would not mind.
Right, 2 crowns.
Right. He'll pay.
Drink
So-
is put in front of you.
Slow day or?
No, this is a rush.
Huh. What?
You look around and see 5 people in the whole.
Yeah. I just got in from Masangu. I was wondering if there was any, what's happening on the continent. I have not been here for some time.
Do I look like a newsstand to you?
Well, no, I was just wondering. Any gossip that would be good to know?
Oi, Dan. Get your spoil newspaper. A big paper gets slammed down in front of you.
You're too kind. He'll slide over another gold piece for the paper.
He stops you. 5 crowns.
Of course, I have not been on the mainland for some time. And he'll shell out another 5 crowns.
Takes it from you callously and goes, take your drink with you.
All right. Thank you for your hospitality.
Keeps cleaning a glass.
So I go take the drink and the paper and go sit in the corner and see what's up.
As soon as you get outside and sit down, you look at your beer glass and half of it's gone. And there is a crack in this glass.
Oh.
That
That was a glass that guy was gonna throw out anyway and gave to you.
motherfucker.
Real piece of shit.
Zygo will quickly finish what's left of the drink.
Got it. Make a Constitution save with advantage. Only half a beer.
17.
Yeah, you're great. Delicious. If you,
Sorry,
if you
I was
had
gonna
a health
drink
point to
them all.
gain back, you'd gain it back.
Hey. And we'll flip open the newspaper.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
That is an 18.
The title, the name of the newspaper, accompanied by the massive P with the emblem, is Pendleton Press. The stories are largely about how there's a couple of big stories right away on like some of the inner pages about how you're on the dock, so we'll put some motion noises. About how there is like this big charitable event that the Pendletons have put together benefiting the city. They're getting honored at the town hall by Mayor, not Pendleton, but it is made clear that the mayor is the wife of a Pendleton. So her last name is different.
Gotcha.
It is... Marcina Milski.
Okay.
She is a capybara.
Aww.
And you see her in like a gold-colored purple long-robed dress, and wearing an amulet of the sun, in like a gesture of reverence to Sol and the Church of Sol.
Gotcha.
And right under her poster of her like with a fist out yelling at a crowd with what looks like a really early attempt at like a photograph, but it's very bad and might as well not be there. You just see like kind of like a figure. It looks like somebody's trying to figure out how to take pics and it's not going great, but the novelty of it is enough that people are like, pictures. Right next to still lots of artists' depictions to get like for the important stories to get something out.
Got you.
It's this big line about like just this super strict religious language. Like underneath is written, "We will drive out the scum from our streets and clean ourselves in the light of Sol the sun."
Ooh.
Quote, Mayor Marcina Milski.
Interesting.
That's all you find. That looks super interesting here.
Okay.
Looks like it's all about the Pendletons. Pendletons have got a big hand in everything. There are betting results from hopper races in Brickton that people have bet on in Greywater Harbor from afar.
Right.
The latest numbers have come in. You think wistfully back to losing lots of money on those races, which is what indebted you to the Pendletons a little while ago in the first place.
A simpler time.
You see the grasshopper that you bet on won this race.
Zygo throws the newspaper onto the bench. He's done. Folds it up, throws it onto the bench. There's not much else that he needs to do in this harbor necessarily. I think there's enough on the boat that he's not too worried about.
We'll come back to you in a second.
Yeah.
Nesbit, you're on the boat, hanging out. It's kind of quiet. Henry walks up to you. Mr. Bisbee.
Yes?
It struck me that we haven't had a sit-down and gotten to know each other much.
No.
Would you like to?
Sure.
He sits down, draws a chair, and then picks up a bottle of whiskey, slams down the table. I figure there's no better way to get to know a person than getting sloshed with them, and considering that we're just waiting for everybody to come back, a bit of a wager, shall we? First one on the ground, 20 crowns?
I don't like betting. It got me into a very bad position. And also, I'm not the biggest fan of the water that makes you not think good, because it makes me a bad hunter. So I'm going to say no, and as your captain say, no more drinking on the job, Henry.
Henry really deeply regrets this interaction and walks away. Moving on. Next up, Joey, in the city streets, what are you up to?
I'm looking for the paint store.
Looking for the paint store.
Mm-hmm.
Are we not
Classic harbor thing.
Does this mean that we've...
It's, you guys, you and Zaza
I'm assuming
can
I'm
have gone
kind of-
together.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I'm kind of,
Is
maybe
there
I'm like,
Bix Arts and Crafts anywhere?
Yeah, every harbor has a paint store.
I'm tailing Zaza
Michael's?
with Sven, and while
Oh wait, but if you, me, and Kano left, then Kano would be able to point you in the right direction.
That's true. I could
That's
tell
right.
you.
I
Kano
assumed
would
that
tell
I
you
had
where to go.
asked Kano where to go.
In that
and
case,
then
make a perception check with advantage to find this place. And you're off on your own, or are you with somebody?
I'm with Sven.
Okay.
Oh, and that 20'd.
Yeah, you find it like right away. She gives you pretty good directions, and boom, you find it.
Cool.
It's
You and
a really
Sven-
zany sign, because it's a paint store.
It's the only paint store in the harbor.
You do not find a paint store, but you do find a like a shipyard where they're painting canoes and rowboats with like you see like buckets of paint out working on a project, and there's an old very salty looking bear, but very small, like just like a really condensed little bear. Soon you realize that it is a koala when turns his face and you see the nose, and he is just working on his boat.
Great. So as they walk up, under the back of her belt buckle, Joey just twists the coyote's head on her little ruby dagger, and a silvery mist flows into her back. So she walks up to the koala. Hey, I was looking for some paints.
Hey, you don't scare me like that!
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm
I
not
just
from these parts.
creeping up on somebody and run from behind them without telling them.
Well, I'm telling you now. Hello, I'm creeping up behind you. I'm Olivier, and I'm looking for
Olivier, welcome to my shop. Can I interest you in your canoe?
This koala points at a half-painted, still dripping with paint canoe.
I gotta say, that's a lovely canoe. That's the best canoe I've ever seen. But you know, my friend and I here, we're trying to paint our boat, and it's really ugly right now. So I was hoping I could maybe buy off some paints from you.
Snatching me raw materials, is ye? Right. Well, I'm not due for an up in supply for a couple of more weeks, so I might have to cost you.
Joey turns to Sven. Sven turns to Joey. Sven kind of nod.
Shell-shocked. Full scared. of this crazy, very salty-looking koala. And it costs you 6 crowns per can.
Well, how about we make you a deal? We'll help you paint this, and in return, you give it to us for, I don't know, maybe 3 crowns. Does that sound good? I mean, look at the little boy. Look at the little boy. Joey gestures towards Sven. I mean, he's so sweet.
I'm gonna roll a quick persuasion check for Sven. It's middling. Roll a persuasion check for me, Joey. Paint my boat for me?
27.
That's a great idea! A perfect bargain, a sailor's promise, bartering like we were meant to. To salt with all these crowns with the oinkster's face on them. Come, let's paint a canoe. And you guys spend quite a while badly painting. Let's go ahead and make a... Are you proficient with painter's tools,
supplies?
No? You and
The
Sven
one
both take
time
a
in
half.
any D&D game I've ever seen this come into play.
Let's have this be a, you're not operating, let's have this be a wisdom check. Just a straight wisdom check.
Oh, my best one.
You are a cleric.
Wisdom is not very high.
She didn't do it to heal.
13.
Okay. Describe to me how Joey pretty sufficiently fucks up the side of this boat.
Joey, like feeling like a mastermind, takes a paintbrush in each hand. One of them is, what color was he painting the boat?
It was white and red.
Cool. So she takes a red one, and then thinking she's grabbing a white one, she actually grabs a blue one, because she's not paying attention. And then just starts going like this.
So Joey full ruins it. Sven rolls a nat 20.
Of course.
And there is a full, it's a white base with beautiful red lattice work that as he finishes, glows gold and then settles. And there is an enchantment on this boat now.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Right, well, we've had a deal. I'll give you 4 cans for the work you done.
How about you give us, maybe 5?
God damn it.
Well, it
Roll
depends. What
persuasion
colors
check.
are you giving me?
Roll a persuasion check.
It's a botch, isn't it? You definitely did.
Oh,
You couldn't just take the 4 cans. You couldn't just take the 4 cans.
Trick old Bartholomew, are ya? He picks up a can of white paint, dunks it all over you. You'll be having no more of that. Now it's 3 cans. That was one of yours. Be gone with ye! And he starts kicking you out of his shipyard.
Oh, shit.
What colors at least? Can we at least, you know?
I'm gonna roll for him. Ready?
Stop bartering.
It's in my nature.
You won. You did it.
You won and then lost and won still. Leave.
You've got violet,
Okay.
which is actually a very rare color.
Nice.
You've got orange.
Cool.
Wow.
Nice.
And you've got indigo.
Interesting.
Also
Hell of a
sounds fair.
Hell of a sunset you could paint there.
Yeah, all those
So
classic places that are those colors.
Yep.
got no binaries out of
Wait,
that.
I do have a question. George, do I have a feeling like do I know just from seeing Sven paint a lot, what his like most used color is?
Green and blue.
Green and blue. Okay. Okay, then Joey's gonna go, this is incredible. This is the best thing that ever happened. You're a mastermind and you're a genius. If I give you 12 crowns.
Are you still here? Get out!
15
You
crowns.
botched your persuasion. What are you doing?
Roll a persuasion check with disadvantage as you say 15 crowns.
I rolled a 17, which is a 28, and then I botched again.
Oh my god.
I should be gone!
Joey,
Get out!
and grabs the base and just wanders off.
Oh my god.
Moving along.
Oh my
Zaza, what are you
God.
up to?
Oh,
Okay,
God.
so can Zaza hear shots in the background? Like, oh.
Yeah, very far off in the distance, there are some musket shots.
And so, well, she wanted to go to an antique shop and get her clothes cleaned. So,
Okay, great. Roll a quick perception check for me.
perception.
I would have told her where, or I can be like leading her.
Oh shit! Yeah, can you be leading me?
Yeah, 'cause we're together right now.
Okay, so you just dump her off at the store really quick. Dump her. Sorry, I don't know what.
Because I
her.
watched. That's why I just
We
botched.
rear-ended her. What did
You
you say?
botched.
Over deep end? We deep-ended.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
so you
deep
go
ended
walk
it.
past it. Kano grabs you and points you into the shop.
We can't do
Um,
anything today.
And Kano, you go off and do your own thing, I suppose. Okay.
I'll take her to one that's close to where I want to go.
Cool. Zaza, you walk into the shop. It is like an old. You're looking for like a place to get your stuff cleaned, right?
First, get my stuff cleaned, and then I wanted to go to an antique shop.
Okay, great. So there is like a very easy cleaners that simply takes your stuff. It's a quick interaction. They just say 3 crowns when you come back, and make sure you're here within the hour because it'll be done quick. We have not a lot of business today.
Great.
You move into where you are going to an antique shop. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just like down a side street and around the corner, and it is open.
Yay. Okay. So I
Very
go.
early in the morning.
Yeah, I go in.
Dingling as you walk into this very dusty place. Nobody at the counter right now, but there is a bell. What are you looking for?
Well, I was inspired by going to my great grandma's house, so I'm kind of, I'm checking out the.
I'm gonna roll a luck check right now.
Oh.
D100. If I roll a 97 to 100, there's a family heirloom of yours in here.
Woo!
Oh my god.
Whoa.
But what about every
Make a
other
perception check for me.
Okay.
No fucking way.
Perception check. Oh my god, 19.
You thoroughly look through a lot of these antiques. Nothing strikes you as like an heirloom of any kind.
Even if I had a luck point to share.
You want to use the luck point?
For my, it has to be against my own roll because you already rolled the 100 thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. 19's pretty.
Do you want to use the luck point for the luck roll? I'll allow that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Luck for luck.
Okay.
Yeah. Luck for luck point.
You still find nothing.
Shit. Okay.
What else are you
Well-
looking for, though? You're just looking for something that reminds you of some history to it?
Yeah, or if there is something that can help me be maybe a little more charismatic.
Roll a history check.
History check. Okay. Let's see. Oh shoot. I almost got a 20. 2.
Nothing really strikes you as anything that's got any kind of magical properties in here. It's just a bunch of old wooden, kind of rotted furniture mostly.
Yeah. Can I like ring the bell and see if I can talk to someone?
Bing, bing. You ring the bell. Wait a moment. Nothing happens.
What the heck? Hello? And Zaza like looks for someone.
Creaking up some basement stairs, you hear some shuffling footsteps, and then the door opens, and a massive hippo squeezes through the door, leans down under a low wooden bar, and just kind of stands real big. What can I do for you?
Oh, are you the owner of the shop?
Mm-hmm.
It's lovely.
You look around at the
Can I be-
horribly in disrepair shop. He says nothing. He just stares at you.
Okay. I've been feeling a little nostalgic recently, and I was wondering if you had any pieces that might be from Masangu?
He reaches down and pulls out a musket and points it at you.
Oh.
Let's move over to Kano.
Oh.
What?
Shit.
Oh, well.
Oh man.
In my beautiful dress? What?
Kano, where are you at?
Kano is making her way over to the old, the place where her and Omar used to live.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So his old print shop.
Okay, you immediately find it walking along the cobblestone.
That was,
It's his old print shop. It is a bustling center with even a little outdoor food cart and many very well-dressed people sitting around eating outside of Pendleton Press headquarters.
it gives her a pit in her stomach. Because she knows. So it looks like, can I tell how long ago they built it?
Roll history check.
And
Looks pretty new, very clean. Cleaner than all the buildings around it.
it's super busy, right?
Very busy. Mm-hmm. It's mid-morning. Everybody's getting ready to like get the paper out. Even like off to the side, you see like a side door open, and people start pushing massive pallets of newspapers out.
I'd like to look for any kind of like established sign.
Yeah, roll a quick investigation check for me.
13.
13, you do not find any established date or anything, but you do read the slogan of the Pendleton Press, which is Pendleton Press in big letters in like very italicized writing, a voice you trust. And
Go ahead.
you remember the phrase, a voice you trust, used to be the slogan for Omar's paper.
Oh.
Wuffity wuffs.
Kano bristles and can start to feel old habits coming back and not being able to.
There's a bar right behind you as you think that.
Kano will keep her back to the bar and instead go talk to an employee that's coming out of the side door.
Okay, we'll get to you in a second as well. We're gonna flip back really quick to Zaza, who is at gunpoint right now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure this must be a misunderstanding. I'm sorry. Did I say something wrong?
Who told you it was here?
I have
Who do
no
you
idea.
work for?
I don't work for anyone that's interested in anything. I'm from Masangu. I have traveled a long way. I'm just super nostalgic. We must know each other if you're from the island. Can I do a history check?
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh my
A
God.
persuasion? Okay. Because it is an island, you know? Everyone knows each other. Okay. 18.
Roll an insight check.
Oh, gosh. You're gonna make
The
me
gun
work.
comes down, it cocks up a little bit.
Okay. So then, shoot. 6.
He's very cryptic. You cannot understand what he does, but the gun does go below the table,
Right.
and he just and then he goes into a side room, and then there's more footsteps coming up the stairs. Door opens, and there is a turtle there. Roll a history check.
Okay. Yes, 19.
19.
Natural 19.
So
Yeah.
you don't know this turtle personally, but this turtle is from Masengu.
Okay.
Their name is... Francis Redbrim. Francis Redbrim is an older turtle. He's got little liver spots on top of his head. Doesn't walk with a cane, and is actually quite upright and tall despite his age. Walks up the stairs. Oh, hey, I remember you.
I'm
Shekel, right?
Yes. I
know
don't
your
believe we've ever
parents.
met. Huh? Where?
Masengu, I knew your parents.
Did. Have you been in touch with them?
No, not for a while. What are you doing here?
I'm traveling with some friends.
Hmm.
I've been feeling
What friends?
homesick. I'm sorry?
What friends?
They're new friends. You want me to tell you their names? I don't think you know them.
Tell me their names.
Can I do an insight or a perception check on
Insight
this?
check. Go ahead.
Oh my god.
Okay, because you know Zaza wants to tell the truth. 22.
Volunteered that information.
This guy has no idea why you're here. He is hiding something, and he does not like that you are in his shop, fucking something up for him.
Fucking something up for him? And
Or he thinks you could be about to fuck something up for him.
Okay, I'm not going to. Okay. Okay. They're some of my great friends. Their names are shit. Fuck. Their names are Kano and Psycho and I don't know. I don't think you know them. I was just going on a leisurely stroll to go antiquing, and I wanted to get something that reminded me of my grandmother. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
I want to tell the truth. Do you want to tell the truth?
I've seen those names on a wanted poster.
On a wanted poster.
Okay.
I'm telling you the truth because I'm not a threat to you. I promise.
All right. It's all right. I believe you.
Oh God.
What was the first name?
I'm Zaza.
Zaza, come with me. He walks down the stairs.
Okay. We walked down the stairs?
You want to walk down the stairs with him?
Yeah, was he inviting me?
Yes, he invited you down the
Okay,
stairs to walk.
yeah, I'll go down the stairs.
Okay. You descend some dark, creaky staircases. There are candles lit down here. And immediately you see that there is on a sort of like a milk crate, a wooden milk crate, just sort of propped up. Resting between two slats is a mirrored, very large, for size reference, it's like the size of a basketball. Just a shiny, mirrored, silvery orb. Just right in the middle of like a little circle of candles. The candles, roll a quick Arcana check.
Anna. Well, this kind of seems like a seance to me, but okay. Shoot! I botched it.
These candles are set up in a magical formation. This must be some kind of ritual.
Okay. Where is he?
He is next to you.
Um,
That's why we're down here, so now you know why we have to be careful about who comes in.
I'm not familiar with this.
You never seen this before?
No, I haven't. I'm sorry if this is
How long
insulting.
ago was it since you left Masengu?
years ago, at least 8.
A lot's changed. The Armada has made some changes to the island.
Is it true that it burned down the city?
Yeah, that's true. I left 5 years ago. I lived in a beach town. Maybe you heard of it, Sandwood. Just a little town, 80 people. They were building a dock because there was a natural jetty. And when the people said they wouldn't leave, they brought one of these out.
One of these orbs? So why do you have it here?
We're gonna use it against them. You don't know what this is, really. You've never seen one of these.
No.
Zaza, make an Arcana check.
Mirrored orb?
Oh, fuck. A 2.
If I tell you what this is, you become a liability until what I do is done.
Well, trust me, I am already going through a lot right now.
So would
She
you
tries-
simply like to not know and go back upstairs? Maybe we forget we ever had this conversation, or do you want in?
I'm trying to get home. So I want it.
This is an orb of greater disintegration.
And
They would shoot it via cannon. It would land in the middle of a chosen location, and then there's a flash of green light and everything's gone. I'm told they made 4 and then discontinued it. I've seen 2 used. This is 3. Who knows where 4 is?
you already have a plan for when you're going to use it?
This afternoon. And he walks up the stairs.
Wait.
We're gonna cut back over to Kano really quick.
Okay. Getting back there mentally. Who is the
You want to find the first guy that you see, sort of?
I want to find someone who looks like they are low in the chain,
Yeah, one of the guys
and like
pushing
everybody
the carts
kind
is
of takes advantage of him, type of deal.
roll. Okay, roll an insight check.
Okay. 15.
I just botched this. That's fucking hilarious. So right away, you see the last guy pushing the cart is just like a very cheery chipmunk who's really having to like push this thing because he's a small guy. It's bouncing over the cobblestone and jerking his whole top half. And he's like, "Wait up, guys! I'm right behind you." You walk up beside him.
Oh, hey, let me help you.
I can do it, miss. You don't need to help me none. I do this on the daily. It's just a rough day today.
No, we
It's
can do it
getting
together.
smoky out here.
Never mind.
Air quality's poor.
Am I helping him?
Yeah, you're helping him move along. They're gonna make fun of me for hours later if you keep helping me, because I already get a bunch of guff for being small.
Don't worry, I'll stop before they notice. I don't want to ruin your reputation or anything.
You get to the house right next door, which is as far as they give this little guy to go, and he immediately is like, thank you so much for all your help. I really appreciate it.
No worries. How long has this printing press been here?
Remind me how long ago Omar was.
That was okay. So Joey and I were in Brickton for 2 years, and then I think I stayed around after for.
In Barkwood for a couple of years after that?
No, it was only like 6 months, and then I started going to Brickton, and then I think I probably stayed in Greywater for a couple months afterward to try to learn stuff, but then didn't learn anything, so then I left. So then that's been a couple of years, so maybe like 3.5.
Been about 2 years. It's great.
Well,
I got a job for. I mean, they employ a lot of people that didn't have jobs before. It's a good thing.
Good. That's good. Yeah, shame about what happened to the place before it, though. I haven't been here in a while, so last time I was here.
What happened to that place?
Last I saw it, it looked like it exploded, so that was...
Oh, yeah, it burned down. You're right. I forgot.
Surprising in a city so wet, hey?
You see he immediately, gets clamshells right up. Make an insight check. You don't gotta beat a high number.
12?
Yeah, beats an 8.
Hey.
He says, I should go back to work. He has been told not to talk about this.
All right, yeah, crazy things happen in cities.
Yeah.
But no worries, have a nice day. Can I
Right,
walk
you too.
away?
Yep. You walk away. And that guy immediately starts unpacking papers as fast as he can, looking around, but just unpacking papers quick.
Kano has not... This was not Kano's plan by coming here, as she had not... I guess, has the Pendleton influence always been there, or has it been kind of recent?
Pendletons have always been huge in Greywater Harbor. They've just never been out like this. They're the mayor now. That's never been a thing. They never had a newspaper. Right. Printing presses are hard to come by. That's not just things like people know how to make. There, a few people make printing presses.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Kano is just gonna go over to the bar and just sit and observe it for a second, trying to see if she can see who the highest in command would be to come in and out of.
Okay, roll an insight check for me. What's his name? Sorry, what'd you get? What's his name?
16.
16. You see a couple of very well-dressed beavers walk in and out of the building a few times. At one point, you see a very rotund beaver with a big monocle and a gigantic top hat, and you just think, wow, that looks like a head honcho if I've ever seen one. He is surrounded by armed guards that are all plainclothes, but it's clear to tell the way they move in formation around him. And he gets into a beetle-driven carriage, very resplendent, gets in and moves off.
Which direction does it go in?
It goes a little further outside the city towards where the nicer riverside estates are. Closer, more inland.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hannah will order a flagon of red wine.
Okay.
And then she will have a moment with herself where she's just kind of staring at it. Sits for a bit. And then leans over and pours the wine out onto the street, not taking a sip. And then she walks back to where she knew Zaza was.
Zaza, you are walking up the stairs after this turtle. What do you say?
Oh, he just said that he's gonna use it tonight. And I'm gonna say, is there someone here that you're trying to use it against, or?
Yep. There's somebody here.
Do you? I want to help you, and I'm just feeling a little confused right now and overwhelmed. Like, are you? Who is it?
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Okay. Oh my god. Nat 20.
He sees in your eyes the desperation and, like, to know what's going on. He's like, you want in? Fine, you're in. The one who did this to Masengu, Boris Niles. He's gonna be in town today. And when his carriage rolls in, I'm gonna blow him to nothing.
It's gonna kill all of us too.
They usually clear the square when people like that arrive. It should be fine. It's a small radius.
Listen, you and me have a common enemy. I hate this guy too. I don't like this guy. Can I warn my friends? Some of us are running errands right now.
If you're in, you're in. We'll take more people. Absolutely.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Can she just
here? Meet back here in a couple hours, and we'll talk about it.
All right. Thank you. And then she just rushes out.
You rush out.
I'm very fast. Okay, so I immediately go back to the boat. Is Nesbit there?
Nesbit is there.
And I immediately, I'm huffing and puffing. I'm like, Nesbit! I can't, first mate meeting, please. First mate meeting.
What?
Zygo, you were also making your way back to the boat potentially if you didn't have any other business.
Yeah, I hadn't
so you would have
traveled
seen
particularly
Zaza
far.
ripping back down the dock. That would have got your attention as well.
I'd get there.
First mate meeting, and is Henry there?
Henry is there. What's wrong with you? Seems like you're spooked.
I am absolutely terrified. I thought I was going antiquing, and I met someone. Not in like a good way. I don't know. It could be good. I met someone who's from Masengu, and he has this freaking disintegrating weapon, and Boris Niles is going to be here.
Wait,
and
he has a what?
It's a disintegration orb. They used it against my hometown.
In the city?
Yes.
We need to go.
We should not be here.
I agree with Henry. We should leave as soon as possible.
They're going to use it against Boris Niles.
Great.
Didn't you run from Boris Niles?
Yeah?
Why would he be in Greywater Harbor? What would bring him here? He's a mage hunter. What has happened here? What would bring him here? He's here.
I don't know. But now we're in, and now we know, and it's a huge secret, and I just wanted to protect you guys.
Hey, Zaza,
Yes?
how does the berries taste?
Oh, sour, like my
Sour
grandma.
like my grand.
Alright. Great.
Where's Kano and Joey?
Joey and Sven are at that moment making their way back to the dock. I'm gonna roll a quick check to see if you've picked up any more paint along the way.
Yes.
Oh no, I wanted my dry cleaning.
You can still get it.
Okay.
You could have like picked it up on your way back.
Yeah, you walked by a lady painting her fence and just fully lifted her can of yellow paint.
Oh.
Hey, man, sunsets.
Great.
Just like went whoop, just not even looking, just fully picked it up and just kept walking like a suitcase.
Perfect. Hey, look, you guys. Look at all the paints we got.
You do not need to. Oh, you have to use that voice, right? Sorry, never mind.
Just until we're away from the harbor and we get out of here. And then I'll be back to Joey once again. I know you missed me, Zygo.
Well, we need to be getting onto the harbor as soon as possible. Apparently, there was a disintegration
bomb in
orb.
the town. Yes, why are we still talking?
What's a disintegration?
Zaza seems to think we are in.
What's
that
it?
means.
What is this thing?
I would imagine it is exactly what it sounds like.
It's an orb, and it looks really spooky, and it's in this guy's basement that I thought was an antique shop, but he's this old turtle from Masangu, and...
Well, we should probably go, right? I mean, does it disintegrate everything? I don't want to disintegrate.
Am I back yet?
Kano, you see everybody huddled on the boat talking fervently, and you move to a jog as you realize what's going on. You are soon back up on the boat as you call out. You're with them.
We get you up to speed.
Get you up to speed, you're back in. Got it.
Okay, great. Well, let's leave.
Agreed.
Leave? Okay.
Is there any reason why you would stay?
Yeah, I mean, no one knows we're here.
Best
She
case
says Boris
scenario.
Niles is here.
And yes, best case scenario, Boris Niles is wiped off the face of the earth, and worst case scenario,
Wait, why is Boris
we are
Niles
wiped
here?
off. Who cares? Who knows? We should not
Could he
be
have tracked
here.
us?
Jackie,
Is he
roll
coming?
an insight check.
Oh, man. 19.
You've put yourself in Boris Niles' shoes every night, thinking about where he would be, whether it's to avoid him or whether it'd be to cut his throat. Why would he be here? There's been no big magical event anybody's talking about. Unless he tracked you all to the woods and then to your boat and then along the ocean, which with Zygo's passive perception, approaching a boat with the clear weather you guys had would have been absolutely impossible.
Yeah.
It seems very strange. Not impossible. Maybe a mage invisible from the coastline was watching you and running alongside and reporting, but it is strange that he would be arriving here like he seems to be, from this description, via carriage for official business. Why?
Do you think he's here to meet the Pendletons?
I mean, this...
Or is he after this ball? Maybe
Henry.
he knows it's here and he's trying to track it down?
Henry, do you have anything new on your person that you're unfamiliar with?
Let me check. He will make a quick investigation check. I didn't think so.
Can I make an insight check on him?
You may.
We like decided he was him, or we're not sure.
I
did
tested
the
everything
grandmother.
he
Magic
said.
him, and yeah, it wasn't.
It's definitely him.
It's definitely him, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And if he had
can't...
had something on him when I detected magic, I would have picked up on it.
Right.
Something magic.
Something magic, right?
And did that work for the rest of the crew members as well?
Yep.
Um,
We would have checked everybody.
Yeah.
Joey's gonna kind of flip the coyote head, and her the silver vapor will go back into the mouth of the ruby dagger. She's still a little a beaver though, and she looks up at everybody and says, "It just doesn't make sense that he would be here, unless I don't know. I mean,
Everybody make a history check. This is gonna be a DC 20, so let me know if you beat a 20.
I didn't make it.
I'll run for Henry.
I didn't make it.
I got you. 23.
Thank God.
Boy.
Zygo.
I mean-
Zyg, you're the one who knows it. Zaza, what'd you get?
I got a 12, but I was going to say my great-grandma said good and bad would happen here.
Zygo
Yeah.
with a 23. Could be a double.
Not him. It is possible there are... His reputation precedes him, right? It is possible that there are just the idea of him being here was enough for people to believe that he is going to be here. So perhaps it is not actually him coming, but rather some double, some duplicate, someone who is made to look as like him.
And who's
that
going
might
to
be
get
hard to follow.
disintegrated.
But you know that for sure?
I do not know that for sure. There is no way to know that.
Either way, we should not be here anymore.
But I have to tell him to not waste it.
Zaza, the worst case scenario is that they get that back. They're not able to use the orb, friends or whoever, and the crown gets that back. If they use it and it's on the wrong person, whatever, because that's still gone.
We would be condemning a man to die with the information that we have, but I do not know why we have this information or why we are being pulled into this in the first place.
Right.
Sven steps forward into the circle and stamps his feet just to get everybody's attention.
What's Sven?
And it just sort of like stands in defense of Zaza a little bit because he sees that like there's like a hesitance that she got a vibe in there that is like desperate, and she's spooked. And Sven looks to Nesbit, who hasn't said anything yet.
We have no idea of anything. This is why I'm always frustrated with us. We never know anything. We can make a decision. We could think about what Zaza's saying and try to make sure that they don't waste it. And then it is him. And he's alive one more day. And he takes the thing back, and it's fine. That's just everything forever. Or we let this happen, and something horrid happens to this town. The truth is, not everything is ours to affect. Zaza, I understand what you're saying. But if we could be certain that it wasn't him coming, that's fine. There are ways to communicate from far away. But I have my colony to protect. And we're leaving. However, you have the ability to see far? Yes?
Yeah.
Well, then let's see what you see. Tell us what you see, Zaza. If he's coming tonight, or soon, shouldn't be far off.
So, Zaza then will cast clairvoyance. Right?
Okay.
Above to see if there is someone coming.
There's a little shimmering of light. Far up in the sky, a little ball springs into existence. And far, far along the road, there are some carriages coming by. Make a perception check from this high vantage point with advantage.
Okay. With advantage. Okay, so the first one is 23, and the second one is, yeah, so 23.
There is a very similarly guarded and styled carriage to Boris Niles' carriage, but it is not Boris Niles' carriage.
Okay. Yeah. Zaza is totally defeated right now and feels so torn. And she tells the rest of them that it's not worth Niles.
Well, can we warn them so they don't? Is it too late?
I don't think it's too late. I'll run there myself right now. I'll go off the ship. I'll go tell him and I'll come back right now.
Sven grabs you by the pants and just pushes you.
And she doesn't think twice about it and she goes. Okay.
And Sven looks at everybody with like a nod, and then goes about getting ready to do his small part in readying the ship to leave. Zaza, you are tearing through the city streets, running back to where you were before. You walk in, you see the turtle is laying out like plans of what the town square looks like. He sees you as you walk in. You're back, ready to go? We're gonna kick out in about 30 minutes, I think.
It's not him.
What do you mean it's not him? Well, who's not him?
It's a double. And I wanted to come back and tell you before I left this town forever that it's not him and I think you should save it.
What do you mean it's not him?
It's a double.
I have so much intelligence that tells me it's him. I have papers I intercepted from couriers.
And I'm telling you.
How do you know it's not him?
Can you just trust me?
Roll a persuasion check.
Okay. Okay, 17.
He doesn't quite believe you. How'd you get that info?
What do you want? What do you want me to tell you? Okay?
Tell me how you know. All right now, I'm taking you at your word. I've planned this for months. Now you're telling me it's not him, and I'm just supposed to say, okay, I'll roll this up. How do I know you're not Emporian guard?
Listen. And she like grabs onto his shoulders, and she is strong, and maybe she's doing a little intimidation right now.
Go ahead, roll intimidation.
Okay. Let me see. Oh no, I botched, but I'm gonna use my last luck point. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, 15.
He shirks you off.
I'm just trying to help you.
Roll one last persuasion check, and this is extremely important.
Oh no! Oh my god, a nat 20!
Oh
no.
my god!
Fucking
Oh my
way.
fucking god!
We need a montage of all the nat 20s we rolled over the last 3 episodes.
Absolutely insane.
The clutchest moments.
You have no idea. I'm gonna tell you off camera what that meant.
Oh my god.
I'm scared.
He sees the truth of what you're saying in your eyes. He knows you're not lying. You say this with such conviction. Tears well up in his eyes. He shoves everything on the desk off onto the floor and screams in rage. And then there's just tears. And he turns around and says, "Get out."
She hugs him. And then she...
The hippo moves in front and shakes his head and pushes you forward up the door. Right away you can tell
as she's getting pushed out,
20 strength fella.
She's saying, if you ever need anything, please try to get in touch. And she runs off.
Roll a perception check.
Perception. Oh my god, a nat 20. What?
You see that, you say that, the turtle's like gnarled fist curls and it slams the table. And there's a big sigh, but then you're gone and away. Back to the boat. And the ship takes off into the gloomy morning, north up the coast of Emporia. I have good news for everybody before we end tonight. Everybody will be taking their next level.
Yeah! Yeah, baby.
Oh, yay!
We are
This is so
leveling up
exciting.
to level
So
11.
exciting.
Damn.
Zygo, you are not leveling until
Okay.
you make your decision.
Okay.
Oh, fucking hell.
Fair.
This is so cool. Wait, George, even with a nat 20, I can't know what that little fist meant.
Roll a quick insight check in retrospect.
Okay. Insight, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh. A 5.
You have no idea.
No,
But you
that's
did
not
see that he
fair.
responded to what you said. Everybody have a wonderful evening. We will be back next
Ooh.
week with the King of Tides. Tell your friends about Hero Club. Bring your friends on in here. Listen to the podcast on HeroClubPodcast.com. Does anybody have anything fun they want to promote while we're finishing up today?
Oh,
I want to start promoting my show that's going to happen on November 10th. It's my debut of my solo show. It's called Tree,
Hey.
and it's going to be happening in LA. And so I'll keep plugging it for 2 more months, I guess.
yeah.
Yay!
And then I have a very fun announcement as well. On Monday, tune in at 6 p.m. PST before the next day for our regular stream. We are doing a fun, super sponsored stream by Mage Hand Press. We're going to be playing Valder's Secret Spire one-off with a couple of awesome people, soon to be announced. Please come join us and bring everybody you can. We're promoting their amazing Kickstarter for this unbelievable book. They've been our favorite homebrew people forever. Just check them out, and check us out on Monday and Tuesday next week. It's going to be a hell of a week, guys. Everybody have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.